I think we are streaming live right now to the group, and I'm going to pull it up. Welcome everybody to our Carol Frazier Studio live interview with Carol Register today. We are so blessed to have her, and she came to us all the way from Chile, and I just got a view of the ocean behind her. It was awesome. If we could all transport ourselves to Chile, we would, Carol. So anyway, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so very much.
You are welcome. Thank you for having me. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay. And it is amazing right now. It is absolute paradise. Very similar to the California coast, to the Monterey and Carmel area.
Oh, how nice. You know, I have a lot of members that are from the Monterey Carmel area.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm near Zapallar in Chile right now.
Nice.
One of my favorite beaches in the world.
Oh my gosh. Well, now we have to come visit. Are you traveling right now on a tour or?
No, I actually live here. I live in Florida
Nice.
and here. And so I'm going back to visit my business and my home down south in the Andes Mountains.
Wow.
Yeah, on one of 5 large lakes, and we're surrounded by glacier-covered volcanoes. It's pretty magical.
Oh my goodness. So you have manifested and created an amazing life for yourself.
Yes.
I know that's what we're going to talk about today here in the studio. And when you and I spoke real briefly, because you and I are in a group together. And so that's kind of how we got to know each other. And you said something in passing about this 3D vision and bringing your vision to life and taking it beyond the vision board. And we've just done like vision boards here in the group. And when you said that, I was just so intrigued. And
oh, I'm so excited to be here and share with you guys the neuroscience. I am a certified neurocoach, so I use a neuroscience process to help you be able to remove your limiting beliefs and wire in your success. My specialty is in the area of wealth, helping you to heal your money stories and learn how the wealthy operate so that you can make decisions in the area of your finances with ease.
I love that. Yeah.
So I'm so excited to be here, and I am super excited that you guys have been doing this visioning work. The foundation of vision is that you know who you are. And a lot of times those are the pieces that we skip along the way. But I'm going to really just go in practical and give you the information on how to take your vision board, and like you said, Carol, make it 3-dimensional plus.
I love that. Well, and I want to mention to anyone, if you have any comments, let's see, Beverly's on here with us. She says, hi. If you have any comments, I'm watching here in the group, so I'll make sure to pass any questions you have as Carol's sharing on to Carol. We have the Carol Show today.
Perfect. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Song of Joy. Did you know that's what our name means? Song of Joy.
That's so beautiful. I didn't realize that. That's
Song of Joy. Yeah.
And it reminds me that really the foundation for joy starts with love. So.
Oh, I love that. Oh,
yeah.
I feel like I've known you forever, and I feel, and to be really vulnerable in front of all of you, this is like the first time we've really had a chance to talk. So you're getting like this raw, like, hi, how are you experience with us. So Carol, just talk to us about this process of how you're able to. Well, first, I'm going to back up. Tell us more about what a neurocoach is in general, so people can kind of understand where you're coming from with that.
Okay, just so you know a tiny bit about me, I am a multi-international business owner, global investor. I'm a business strategist and consultant. And on the neurocoaching side, I use the neuroscience process, like I was explaining before, to help you reprogram your mind. because we absorb the majority of our limiting beliefs and stories that we operate by in our childhoods, over 90%. And we then make over 90% of our daily decisions from what's in our subconscious. It's the driver of the ship, not our conscious minds. And the cool thing is the process I use is super childlike simple, but not necessarily easy. And that's why you need a guide to walk you through it and kind of know a little bit about what's going on in this beautiful, magnificent asset that we have on our shoulders. Our brain's jobs are actually to keep us safe, not to make us successful. So the brain is always working to protect this automated system. And what happens then is when we go to take actions and we go to plan our visions or live out our visions, is we get this negative internal chatter, you know, and it's those limiting beliefs that are coming up that have been wired in, like I said, primarily from your childhood. So, you know, the common ones are that we're not enough in some way. It also comes up around not being loved and lovable, not being safe or certain or secure. And so then what happens is instead of going towards our visions and our dreams, we start to go back towards, how can I be safe? How can I be, you know, in this place that is familiar. So what the brain sees as safety is whatever is familiar, even negative, faulty patterns. So for example, if you're wanting to financially really grow and raise what you want to do, you've got to recognize that in your subconscious is going to be whatever you grew up around. And I'll give you some examples. Money doesn't grow on trees.
We've all heard that one.
Yeah, we can't afford that. That's not possible for us. It's possible for everybody else, but it's not possible for me. It's meant for other people. If I have it, there won't be enough for others. If others have it, there won't be enough for me. All these things that we were absorbing as children, and then they're wired in. So then when we go to take the action towards our vision, what happens is our brain's going to try to bring us back to what it sees as safe, whatever is wired in.
Right.
So
I like the fact that you talk about the brain sees it as the safe place. One of the things that I know most of this tribe here in the Carol Frazier Studio deal with is we're all artists, creatives. A running tape in almost every artist's mind is, you know, the whole starving artist mentality. Yeah, and that comes from different layers and levels, but I would say that's the primary, you know, right there. If during this talk, if you could kind of speak into that. I mean, you are already, but you know,
I actually would love to speak. And what immediately comes to mind is that we get this idea in our head that we can only be creative or we can only be business. But one of the most powerful things I've learned, particularly in my feminine energy, because I have a lot of masculine energy and drive in business, but kind of learning to receive and learning to create, that my businesses are very creative. And so taking that creative power that you have and translating that into business, our brains are really integrated. They're not as separated in those left-right hemispheres that we've been taught all our life as we came to believe. And that's it. It's what we believe, right?
Well, in our family, we would always say, you know, the women we're all muses, but we're severely right-brained. And And then, so we just kind of had ourselves in this mentality of we're extremely successful creatives, but we're severely right-brained. And so
Yeah.
it's been an interesting, as I have done a lot of mindset work and stretching into this and bringing people like yourself on, which is so wonderful.
Thank
Just
you.
that, like, oh, well, obviously they are integrated.
Yeah.
And I run across a lot of creatives, even in the Compose Yourself group, because we dive deeper into the whole mindset piece.
Yeah.
Some creatives are extremely linear, and they have a
Yeah.
completely different creative process than, a different, I call them the ADD creatives,
Yeah.
like I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. And so it has been a beautiful experience seeing everyone's different approach to creativity. But I would say that one little line runs through all of us of, oh, I guess I should go get a real job. And I love
Yeah.
that you said we can integrate that. We can integrate the creativity into the business.
Yeah. A lot of it has to do, a lot of the work I do with clients has to do with giving ourselves permission, the freedoms and the creative solutions that we have without letting it get overwhelming. And I want to lean into that in talking about vision as we move toward the vision piece. One of the things that I do is I help my clients to really go back to identity, understanding who you are. We're way more powerful than we think we are. And it's those limiting beliefs and those obstacles that are telling us that we're not in some way. But the truth is we have so many incredible tools available to us. And are you guys out there biblical? Are any of you biblical?
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I would say everybody in this group has a spiritual path and,
Yeah.
understands that they have their higher power. And so that's kind of how we speak about it in here. But, so I would say 50% are on the biblical side.
One of the reason I asked the question in that way specifically is because I grew up in a background that added to limiting thinking in ways that wasn't necessarily correct.
Okay.
And I go back to there was a story, that I was told that men are this and women are this, not realizing that we have integration and that we're both very necessary. We're all human, right? And it's very important. And I just want to bring that up in light of what we just touched on, that the Proverbs 31 woman was an example that was kind of used as a, you have to be this growing up. And the reason I bring it up right now is because she was a powerful businesswoman. She was a creative. She was an artist. She was making beautiful clothing. She was buying land. She was doing things that I had this idea from the way I grew up that I had to fit this certain mold, and it was not correct. So that's where I want you to know that you have power and tools available to you as a man or a woman that you can utilize to be integrated and work together. And neuroscience is not just your thinking. The brain is actually a part of the whole nervous system. So we talk a lot these days about regulating our nervous systems. That is the study of neuroscience. Neuroscience is thought plus emotion that form our beliefs. So it's really, again, back to the fact that we're integrated beings. And when you start to work in any one area of your life, you're going to elevate all areas of your life. So.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's dive into this vision piece.
Okay, you guys matter. That's the most important thing. And that's the most important thing. You matter. And those whispers in your heart that you have are so powerful. Healing occurs in the creative side of the brain. So as creatives, you bring healing to this world. You matter. And we all matter. So getting back to knowing that in terms of who you are is so powerful. When you take a vision board, what we're going to do is we're going to paint a picture for your brain. And that's part of what a vision board is, right? It's painting a picture. You have a visual that you can see.
Yeah.
But as you probably know, we have different learning styles, including, there are many more, but including visual, auditory, kinesthetic. Those are the common three that many of us know about, right? So when we're painting a vision for our brain doesn't know the difference between the imaginary and reality. So the more clear and precise you can make your picture, the more your brain's going to go to work for you in the background. And one of the things that's so important for us to know is that we get to both paint a vision and to be in the present moment. Because if you're anything like I am, I've been a classic overthinker all my life. Right?
Guilty.
And if high achiever, in leader, a driver, you can really end up frustrated because you can always be in the past or in the future and not able to absorb the present.
Right.
So this is really important because a vision is painting a picture of your reality, what we think of in terms of the future.
Correct. Yeah.
So how do we paint a picture of the future while being present in the moment? And neuroscience-wise, I'm going to give you a really simple answer. We're going to paint this really clear, beautiful painting for your brain to operate in the background. It will go to work for you. And you're going to be able to be present in the moment because it's back there working on your behalf. So you're going to be able to absorb your present moments and how amazing they are. And so it's a both and.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
just that feeling of one of the things that we did in the Compose Yourself group is a lot of us as multi-passionate entrepreneurs and creatives. Another common thread of things that we heard was, I can't decide what to do.
Yes.
I pick what I want to put on the vision board because I want to do so much. And you've seen those vision boards that are just like spaghetti on a wall, I want to go to France. I want, and I've had vision boards like that.
Yeah, me too.
And really, and a lot of this stuff has come true. It's interesting. It really has. I created vision books for a while, and those all, as I flip through the pages, I'm like, oh, that came true. Oh, that came true. Yeah. But we're practicing something in the Compose Yourself group where we're actually bringing the vision down to just the next quarter, the next 3 months.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Just going in narrow because what you focus on grows. And it's really important when you can weed out and prioritize what you're doing. And this is what I do as a multi-business owner, because it's really easy to get scattered or to have urgencies come up. But the more focus we stayed, the more we make cause to bring to pass. And so I really love that you brought that up. So it's important to both, number one, know that you can have a vision and be present. Number two, know that you are able to really focus in on one priority at a time. And then when you do that, the irony of it is there is scientific backing to this, but the other things come about. And I have a fabulous book I recommend by a man named Hal Elrod called The Miracle Equation. He wrote The Miracle Morning first and The Miracle Equation after, but Miracle Equation comes first. Highly recommend both of those books in terms of focusing in on one thing and watching everything else come to pass. So
That's awesome. You know, I hadn't heard of his second book.
yeah,
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. And there is a solid neuroscience behind it. There's also solid neuroscience behind a principle called the 80-20 rule. And this is where 20% or less of our actions can produce 80% or more of our results. So the smaller in we go, the small changes actually can bring exponential results. There's a couple of other principles that speak to that as well. So when you hear the negative voices that say, oh no, I can't let things go, and I've got this over here, and oh, am I focusing on the right thing, and all of these things that come in, my mom and dad said blah 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 blah, blah, right? Or my family believes. You can actually reprogram that. Start by taking the action of really small steps, tiny baby steps, baby commitments towards one goal.
I love that. I think that I have found that, I'll just speak for myself, because I am a multi-passionate entrepreneur. I do a lot of things. I love doing a lot of things. I'm writing a book.
Me too.
Running a group, and I teach voice. I mean, when people say, what do you do? I was telling them too much. And I finally started, and it was really a lot through Faith, because she's in this group as well. I want to do a call out to Faith right now. And Faith is a branding ninja, and that's where Carol and I met. And she is also, yes, seriously. Yeah. Were you also an HCL too?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Which year were you? Which one were you in?
I was HCL 23.
Oh, I was 25. Hi. We did this our four fingers. Oh my goodness. So anyway, I'm gonna just catch you all up. We're having a little reunion here. HCL is Hardcore Leadership. It's an amazing leadership program. I highly recommend it if you are at all curious, or you want to learn or lean more into your leadership, or you feel like you're just not following through in a place in your life. Just reach out to me, and I'll let you know about it. And then also I put a call out to Faith, because we met Faith in HCL, and Faith is a branding ninja. She's got this dialed in. If I were to go to anybody for branding advice, it would be her. So she's also in this group. Reach out to her, say hi, need any help. She's your gal. So I love doing call outs in the group. It's so much fun.
I love that too.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
so, I want to make sure to give you the practical tips that I promised you, speaking on going in depth, because there is a lot of powerful and wonderful information. And the last thing that I agree completely, Carol, that I would want to do, I don't want to fire hose you with too much. So I've given you a couple of really simple tips.
Yeah.
Be present and have a vision. And then, of course, focus in, right? So to get really practical, here are the tips for making your vision board not only 3-dimensional, 4th dimension being time, 5th dimension being our electromagnetics. We're going to make it 5D today.
I love it.
So, first tip, look at your vision board, whatever you've chosen, and add all 5 senses. Take your journal and journal what you have in front of you. So for me, being here on the west coast of Chile, I would be thinking, what am I smelling right now? I'm smelling the ocean air. What am I seeing? I'm seeing the bay. What am I hearing? I'm hearing the sound of the waves. What am I feeling? I'm feeling the breeze on my skin, and What am I touching right now? Touching my handy dandy journal.
Yeah.
So just putting all 5 of your senses and taking your 5 senses and applying it to what you have on your vision board. It's going to be really critical for painting a clear picture for your brain. Now, second step. Oh, let me know if you have any questions.
I do. Okay, so for example, smell. How am I going to put smell on a vision board, or I just put images, or how, you know what I mean? How do I do that?
So you use your journal. Just want to be really clear.
Okay.
I want you to take a journal and have it be specifically a vision board journal.
Oh, okay.
It can be a piece of paper. It can be a Post-it note.
Okay.
It can be a napkin. Doesn't matter. But where you can write down,
Those
if you're
senses.
doing a painting, if you're in your studio, or if you're singing, or if you're recording an album, if the album is complete, that's what it would be. Seeing the results on your vision board. What are you smelling? Are you at a party? Are you inside a room?
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
What are you hearing? Is there music playing? Is there chatter? Is there conversation? Is it quiet? So you're applying specifically your 5 senses to whatever is on your vision board. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I'm glad I asked, because maybe somebody else was not following, but it was very clear. Thank you.
Okay, good. And so start with your 5 senses. A second, start with use your atmosphere. So you're starting with your 5 senses. Second, you're adding your atmosphere. So again, you're at the result. You're seeing, okay, the book is written, it's out. Are you at a book launch party? What's on your vision board specifically? Go detailed. Are you inside or are you outside? This is what I mean by atmosphere.
Okay.
So in addition to your 5 senses, it's, are you inside? Are you outside? If you're outside, be very specific and detailed. What's the climate? What's the weather? Is it happening in north of the equator and you're in January and it's snowing? Is it south of the equator? You're in January and it's summer. Where are you? What's happening? Are you inside a beautiful gallery? Are you, having a launch party? Be really clear about whether you're inside, you're outside, what the temperature is, what the climate is. If you're inside, what's the lighting? So you're definitely painting a picture for your brain. Where are you with your environment, with your atmosphere? Yeah.
It's wonderful. You've already taken me there. I'm right there with you right now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's so important. Okay, so third step, you're going to get really specific about exactly what clothes you have on.
Okay.
Have you bought a new outfit? Are you wearing something you already have? What color is it? What is it? A dress? Is it a shirt, pants, short? Be very detailed. Are you curled up in your pajamas on the sofa with your fluffy slippers on and a hot cup of tea? So, if you're looking at the result, at your vision, it's accomplished. It's already done. You're there. It's happened. What are you wearing? What shoes do you have on? Are you carrying a handbag? Where are you? What are you wearing? So, and describe even for your brain the texture. So right now I'm on a terrace overlooking the Pacific Ocean with a silky white blouse on, right? Yeah. And a pair of lime green shorts. So be detailed. Okay. And I happen to be barefoot. Wherever you're at, when what you want to happen on your vision board has already happened? What are the details? What are you wearing? Yeah.
I'm there. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the moment. Here and there, I'm getting this now. I'm getting that both and coming together.
And, back to your senses going, just, are you drinking a cup of hot tea? Do you have a glass of champagne? Are you enjoying a meal? Again, the more detailed we get, the more powerful our brains go to work behind the scenes for us. The more the brain sees that as already having happened. And so it activates your RAS. I don't use a lot of scientific terms, but if you're interested in that, talk to me. I can give you the science about what's happening. It's your reticular activating system, and you're putting it to work to start to see this and see this in your world. And I'll give you an example. If you buy a new pair of tennis shoes or, a new car, this is really common, you'll start to see it everywhere. You'll be like,
right,
why am I seeing this everywhere? Yeah, that's your RAS at work. Yeah.
That's fascinating.
So it's activated.
Yeah. What does RAS stand for? I have to know.
Reticular activating system.
Okay, you said that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So RAS for short, reticular activating system, this is where our neural networks are that we can reprogram. And when you paint a very clear picture, your brain will start to see it, and it's starting to move you toward it. And I have so much more information that I want to give you.
Oh my gosh, I know. I'm loving this. I've got Sharon Whitworth Olson just said, she says, I'm an HCL 40 right now.
I know Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Because she is also a neurocoach.
Oh, she is? Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my goodness, I missed some of these messages. We've got quite a few. We've got Beverly is saying, I love this. I often visualize myself in the flow linen pants, a YouTube top on a white patio with a long lap pool that has an expansive view, breezy, warm, white and blue clothing, white and blue building.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Thank you for sharing that. Oh,
yeah. That's a beautiful picture.
Yeah, we have so many beautiful comments in here. I know that, well, I don't know how much longer you can go, how much longer we get to have you with us.
What time is it? I can't see my computer screen.
It's 10:35, so I want to honor your time and just really appreciate you being here.
Well, I would actually love to hear some of the comments before I jump off. I do have another meeting. I've been back to back today, but I let them know ahead of time that you guys are a priority for this. So I'm really grateful to be here. I'm grateful to share this information, and your dreams that are in your heart. I just want to repeat, you matter. These dreams are important. They're there for a reason, and they can be the most gentle whisper. It's okay. Don't ignore that. Lean in and start to paint these pictures for yourself. This simple step. I love vision boards because they're just an easy, great way to get started. Oh, I'd like this. I'd like this. And then as you narrow it in specifically as creatives to one thing you really want to focus on in your world, one thing you really want to be clear on. I want to bring one more point up. This is really important before we end. Your vision can and will often get clouded when the obstacles arise. When we get into any kind of mental confusion, or we start to see blocks, we start to move toward fear, we start to hear those negative internal voices. This is why we get to rewire them. Then it's really important to know that our visions can and do become clouded. So this is another reason that I want you to start small and simple. Have that vision board, but then go with these 3 steps of going deeper to make it really specific for your brain so that you can go back to that. And a part of that, again, will be defining your why, but that's a whole nother workshop.
Oh, the why is big. It really
Yeah,
it is.
it's huge. It acts like fuel
Mhm.
when things are clouded. So I want you to know that, because I don't want you to, freak out if your vision gets clouded and you can't see it anymore. No, this is a neuroscience process. Your brain is doing what it's supposed to do, and you can get back to that vision, being clear. Just take those baby steps, put these practical steps to work, and know that you can get back to what you want. So it's a temporary situation.
I
Yeah.
love that. So in the Compose Yourself groups, we have a private group of people that are really working towards their vision in a 3-month period of time, and creating it, completing it. Yeah, isn't it wonderful? Getting to that completion, especially for an artist and a creative. And so
Yeah.
what I've had them do is that they started with a vision board, and now they're putting their vision into like an audio format
I
with
love
the
that.
music of their choice, so that they can hear their own voice speak back. They're going forward as if it already happened. So I love that you affirmed that is so important. But what I'm hearing you say is that to really throw in, even into this step that they're doing, to really work on bringing all of those 5 senses. So that,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. And the ambiance, the atmosphere, and the clothing. Again, are you sitting at a table? Are you standing? Are you on a couch? And it's the quality of the questions about where you are that you're going to answer. And if you have a difficulty with that, just think of where you are right now. I'm sitting at a table. But you can, again, that would be under the atmosphere section. Go deep. And
Yeah.
Carol, I just want to say what you're having them do is such a powerful step. It's actually known in neuroscience as brain priming. It's a part of the process that we use in rewiring the brain. I use a very specific 4-step process called the success matrix. And this is from my certification. So Sharon will be familiar with this. What you're doing is so incredibly powerful. And we could even do another workshop on that, because there's things you could do to go even deeper there. So
Fascinating. I love it. I've never had any formal, well, I've had quite a bit of formal coaching and mindset and everything, but what you're teaching is, what I love about it is that it's based in science. It's also, it kind of integrates with the spiritual, the heavenly,
the heart,
the divine, the heart. But the way you bring it forth is in such a gentle, kind container. It's almost like it's like this safe place to just be. So I want to thank you for that, because I can definitely see that's your gift. Did you have this beautiful, safe container? I don't know how to say it.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to look real quick to see. Sharon says, I just recently rewrote my brain prime to move me powerfully towards my HCL VSP. So isn't that amazing? Oh my goodness. And there was another comment earlier I wanted to make sure. Oh, Robert Wagner. Yes, my rib still hurts from my wife. Haha, just joking. I feel that God gives each and every one of us a special blessing. We just have to find it and let it flourish.
Yes.
I love the word flourish.
I do too.
Yeah.
Flourish equates to me to thrive,
Yes.
So much of life can kick
Mhm.
us into survive,
Mm.
and we're flourishing when we're in thrive. I love that.
I love that. I almost want to end with that.
Okay.
It's so beautiful. Well, before we do end, I want to make sure that people know how they can get a hold of you, how they can
Okay.
work with you, kind of next steps if they really feel drawn to take the next step with you, which I hope everyone in here does, because
Yeah.
you have such I don't want the word magic, but you have this divine, I don't know, you have this divine essence. I feel like, you really are an angel and guiding. I can see that for sure.
Thank you so much. I love that. And I love, I work with people of all beliefs and faiths, and that's really important to me
Mhm.
because we are spiritual beings, right? So that's the
Right.
neuroscience is integrated with your heart. We have a gut brain too. So again, that back to that integration, that's such an important thing. And you can get a hold of me on Facebook DM at Carol Register. I have a 6-month program that is actually open right now this month. It's
Wonderful.
enrollment right now. So I would love if you have any questions for me about it. Just ask, and I love serving people and helping people and really helping you get to making those dreams a solid reality is very powerful and important thing that we get to do. So I
Well,
also have a podcast. I will mention
oh,
you
good.
can connect there. I have a freebie there called Wealth Activation that is
Okay.
also a brain prime. And again, I'm always available with questions. Carol Register on Facebook. My podcast is with my podcast partner. Is called Unleashed and Unstoppable. We're in the top 15% of all podcasts in the world right now.
Oh,
So
congratulations.
thank you.
Oh my goodness. I will listen to that today.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for
you're
blessing
welcome.
us. Thank you so much. And thank you for everyone that's been able to jump on live. I've seen so many beautiful comments. Oh, I love this. Beverly, this is Sharon again. I am totally in this vision with you, and cool stuff. And we've got some really fun, diverse creatives on here today. Just so
I love this.
yeah,
Yeah,
so good.
I actually, I've been involved in music and art, and my family
Really?
has all my life, and gymnastics, high level gymnastics. So I totally get the creative side.
Oh,
Absolutely love it.
fantastic. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel that most creatives are multi-passionate. They
It's
have,
true.
yeah, and that's part of being a creative person.
It's true. And
Mhm.
guess what? Numbers have patterns.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Math.
That's right.
Music
That's
is
right.
math. Oh my gosh, we could have so much fun continuing to talk. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the live. We love you all. And let's see, I always have to figure out how to do this. Okay. Ciao. Ciao
Ciao.
from Chile and from Colorado.